In mid-June 2026, Venus, Jupiter, and Mercury lock into position with the crescent moon, creating a specific astronomical alignment. Secular astrological feeds describe this as a highly auspicious window. They are promising a period of financial blessing and personal comfort for those following the charts. This stands in contrast to common expectations of a cinematic end-of-the-world event involving immediate physical destruction. A different set of instructions exists in the original forensic contracts found in the Book of Jubilees, the Enochian Scrolls, and the Tanakh. These texts outline a specific legal reality. They suggest the movements of the celestial bodies function as a courtroom session, leading toward the closing of the gate and the exposure of the counterfeit. The June 2026 alignment functions as a warning node for 3 distinct scriptural indictments, triggering an alarm against a civilization living inside a temporal illusion. Modern society operates on a Roman grid. It dictates the year is 2026 and June 17th is a Wednesday, based on institutional parameters. Jubilees Chapter 6 details a specific end-time curse, the scrambling of human memory regarding the calendar. The text warns that the final generations will forget the new moons and seasons and Sabbaths, losing the path of the years. This loss of memory results in an abominable day of pollution, where the order of the months and jubilees is disturbed, while the population remains unaware of the shift. The heavens are now departing from this institutional calendar. Jupiter and Venus are currently reenacting a version of the 2 BC King signature alignment. This convergence is occurring on the exact solar anniversary of the Covenant of Rest, signaling that the celestial gears are still tracking an original, unshifted schedule. The alignment exposes the modern calendar as a corporate veil, leaving the nation stranded in a timeline that no longer matches the creation clock. The June 9th through 17th convergence involves the 2 brightest planetary lights in the sky. The first is Jupiter, identified in ancient law as Sedek, the light of righteousness. The second is the planet Venus, known as Noga, or the brilliant brightness. Global institutions interpret this convergence as a sign of self-preservation and continued dominion. To the secular world, it is a mirror reflecting their own abundance. This matches the psychological mechanism described in 1 Thessalonians. When the narrative shifts toward peace and safety, it signals the arrival of sudden destruction. Astronomically, this parade is crossing a boundary. It enters Gemini, the constellation of the 2 witnesses, before moving toward the sickle of Leo. The narrative of peace functions as a wall of untempered mortar, concealing the reality that the artificial grace period is compressing. The third indictment involves the activation of the gate described in Enoch chapter 80. Enoch warns that in lawless generations, the chiefs of the stars will alter their prescribed orbits. They will appear at times and seasons that simply do not match human expectations. We can see this shift by accounting for the 21 days manually smoothed over by civil calendars. Restored to the count and tallied from the biblical beginning, we reach the 7,534th year of creation. At this macro position, this month's planetary movements fulfill the literal definition of celestial bodies altering their seasons relative to men's calendars. The discrepancy between the Roman date and the planetary position proves the timeline has been manipulated. Viewing the solar system at this immense, macroscopic scale reveals that the cosmos is a highly structured, mechanical timepiece. The sky operates as a judicial court that has entered its next active session. The June 2026 alignment exposes a counterfeit reality, showing that the institutional grid has drifted away from the mechanical truth of the stars. The night sky remains an unbroken record of time, one that indicates modern civilization is out of it.